Hi, everybody.
Hi, everybody. Good evening, and welcome to our stream. How
Welcome.
are you, Jenna?
I'm not bad, not bad.
Good.
It's a nice
Wonderful.
day
Yeah,
outside.
we have been lucky recently. It's been nice. Makes no difference, but um,
It's been nice.
shall we do some introductions for our students, especially for the students that don't know us?
Yeah,
Okay. Would you like to start?
sure. So my name is Jenna. I'm a teacher at the Bologna Maes School, the first one. I've lived here for about almost 4 years in total, and I'm from the Bahamas.
Wonderful.
Yeah.
Before I do my introduction, let's say hi to Tiziana from Venice. Hi,
Hi,
Tiziana.
Susanna.
Thank you for joining us. My name is Sophia. I come from London, but I have lived in Bologna for almost 5 years, and I also work like Jenna at my English school, Bologna Mille, and I have worked there for almost 2 years. Um, and we also have
Federico.
Federico.
Hi, Federico from Rome.
Hi, welcome. So, our question for you today is coming around the bottom here. Please introduce yourselves to us and tell us what is your favorite. It's quite a strange question this evening. What is
That
your
seems strange.
favorite? Yeah, your favorite smell. Okay.
Hmm.
So, what odors or scents do you like?
Hmm. Do
Yeah.
you have any favorite smells, favorite
I have,
scents, or?
yeah, I have some. One of my favorites is the smell of freshly baked bread. So that
Hmm.
smell when bread just comes out of
Yeah.
the oven. For me, it's a wonderful, wonderful smell. And it doesn't remind me of anything in particular. But I just really like
Yeah.
that smell.
The
Yeah.
smell of freshly baked bread.
Tiziana says, my favorite smell is the smell of soap. Okay,
Hmm.
nice.
Yeah.
Soap in general, or do any particular brand, maybe?
Hmm.
That's an interesting one. What about for you, Jenna?
For me, it's quite similar. Yeah, the smell of like freshly baked, maybe not bread, but because I have such a sweet tooth, I like cakes or cookies.
Yeah, absolutely. Like the smell of something baking in the oven.
Yeah, usually something sweet.
Yeah.
And I also like the smell of lavender because it's
Uh,
very soothing, very relaxing.
Absolutely. Let's see. Tiziana says, because it remember me clean things and make it plural, Tiziana,
Mm.
people. So let's quickly look at the difference between remember
Remember.
and remind. Okay.
Hmm.
Remember is something that I do by myself. Okay. So I remember something.
Hmm.
But remind, do you want to explain remind?
Yeah, remind something reminds you.
Hmm.
Okay. So you would have a subject before the verb remind. So, for example, um, that song reminds me of my wedding, somebody might say.
Exactly, yeah. So I remember something I do myself, and then we also have something else reminds me. So Tiziana, you can say that the smell of soap reminds me of clean things.
Hmm.
Okay? I hope it makes sense.
Yeah.
Oh, this is good. Do you want to read
Federico,
it?
sure, says, I think the smell when you paint the room, I don't know the word. Okay, freshly, mm,
I would
freshly
say fresh,
painted. You
yeah,
could say,
fresh paint.
yeah, fresh paint.
Yeah. Um,
The
I
smell of,
agree with I agree with Federico. I love the smell of fresh paint.
yeah.
Yeah, I really like it. I definitely agree with Federico on this one.
Hmm.
Yeah. I also really like something that I can smell quite often now is I
Hmm.
love the smell of the evening in the
Hmm.
spring. Okay. The evening in the spring has a very particular smell because you can smell all the flowers
Mm.
of the day. And in this period, especially in April, it's a really wonderful smell in at night. So I very often open my window at night so that I can smell the flowers and smell the air outside.
Mm.
It reminds me of when I lived in Athens. When I lived in Athens, I often went out in the evening, and there was this smell constantly around me. What about for you? Do you have any other favorite smells?
Oh, nice. I don't know. I'm sure I do, but in this moment, I can't think of any in
Yeah.
particular other than lavender and freshly baked goods.
Goods in general,
Yeah.
freshly baked goods. My house often smells of baking in these days because I
Mm.
have discovered baking is one of my new hobbies. I try to bake
Yeah.
something every week. So my house
Me
often
too.
smells of, yeah. Oh, wonderful. What are you
Antonio's like,
baking?
Jenna, please stop it with the cookies. So he loves them, but it's
It's
very, yeah,
becoming a
every
problem.
morning for breakfast, cookies.
Oh my goodness. So you're making mainly cookies?
At the moment, but on Sunday, because it's Easter Sunday, I want to make banana bread.
Oh,
I, yeah,
nice.
want to start making like loaf cakes
Mm.
or something
That
different.
sounds fantastic. Yeah. So far I have made muffins and brownies
Hmm.
and a cake. Well, I didn't make the cake. My boyfriend made the cake. And I also made a cheesecake, but it doesn't
Hmm.
really count as baking because I put it in the fridge. I didn't
Oh,
put it in the
in the
oven.
oven.
Yeah. And I think for Easter we are going to make a chocolate loaf.
Hmm.
In Italian, they call it chocolate salami. So we're going to make a chocolate salami. If you're joining us now, please introduce yourself and tell us what is your favorite smell.
Hmm.
Um, yeah, shall we look at our focus?
Sure. Yeah.
Okay, let's
We've
do
got to
it.
exchange recipes soon.
Oh, absolutely. I will ask you
According
for
to
your banana bread recipe because I want to make it. So we've got the five senses. Do you want to read, Jenna,
yeah.
what we will do?
Yeah. So, talking about the five senses, vocabulary for making observations and figurative speech.
Wonderful. So
Hi,
let's talk.
Alessia.
Hi,
Alessia.
Alessia. Welcome. Oh, hi. I remember Alessia from another webinar. Tell us, Alessia, what is your favorite smell? So, also, let us know in the comments what are the five senses, if you can
Hmm.
remember what they are. Okay,
Yeah.
let us know what are the
This is
five
an
senses.
interesting one. In Italian, Italians use the same verb for different senses.
It's
Where,
true. Yeah, they
yeah,
have. I think
it's
they just.
Swedish.
Yeah, so it would be like saying in English, I sense,
Hmm.
and you use it for all different verbs.
Senses, yeah.
Yeah, I sense something. Hi, Saleh, welcome.
Hmm.
I'd never thought of it like that before, but it's true. Alessia says, my favorite smell is the smell of paper, especially new books. That is a very, very good one.
Yeah.
You know that smell, Jenna, when you
Oh,
open
yeah.
a book for the
Yeah,
first time, and
I know.
that's
It's really
definitely a nice smell.
nice.
Tiziana says, taste, absolutely. That is one of the five senses. So we're
Good.
down one. We've got four left to find.
Yes. So we've got taste, smell. With your eyes, what's the
Very
scent?
nice. Federica has it here. View, yes. We don't call it view, we call it
Sight.
sight. Yeah. Hearing, taste,
Mm-hmm. Good.
touch.
Touch, yeah.
Touch. Wonderful, guys. So if we look, we should have our list right
Hmm.
here.
And
Yeah, we have,
you've got them all.
yeah, absolutely. We've got sight, smell, hearing, taste, and touch. Wonderful. Which hold on, let's see what Roberta says.
Hi, Roberta.
Hi,
She says,
Roberta from Salerno. Which this is going to be another strange question, but which one of these do you? Which I can't really say which is your
I know.
favorite sense, but you understand my question. Like, which one do
Yeah,
you prefer? Like, which one do you like a
right.
lot, or which one maybe is most important for
Yeah,
you?
I would say sight.
Mm,
I can't imagine being without sight, but then if I couldn't smell or hear anything, no, I think sight is
yeah.
definitely my favorite of the
Mm.
senses.
I quite like smell. Like for me, smells are really, really important.
Mm.
Obviously, I depend on my sight the most,
Mm-hmm.
obviously. I think everybody does, but I really, I have a lot of smells that I like, and for me, it's
Mm.
very important to be able to smell things.
Yeah.
Tiziana agrees as well.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Sense of smell, yeah, is nice. I think the most important thing is sight.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I
I
think so.
agree.
Sole says, I prefer hearing and sight. Alessia says sight. Yeah, interesting. Nobody has said taste. Call yourselves Italians.
I think that would be in Thai for first.
Yeah, but you know, like when you have a cold and your nose is blocked, so you
Mm,
cannot smell and you cannot taste, this
hmm.
for me is a tragedy.
Yeah,
Like, I
don't
really hate it when I cannot smell and I cannot
taste
taste.
anything. Yeah.
And then, you get, sorry?
Oh no, I was going to say what's interesting, something I've never done are, you know how they've got what's the name for them? It's like a type of restaurant setting in the
Mm.
dark, dining in the dark.
Yeah, where you can't see, so your sense of taste is amplified.
Right.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I've
And
never done it.
no,
I
me
would be
neither. Yeah.
scared.
But it's interesting how you tend to, yeah, you perceive the food very differently from how you would if you were to actually see what you were eating, and you tend to
Yeah,
think that it's something completely different. So, yeah.
yeah. It would be an interesting experience. Let's see what Tiziana says. Um, Relating to smell, it makes you feel bad or well or good with a person depending on his smell.
That's true.
Um, No, I absolutely understand what Tiziana is saying, and I absolutely agree. Like I rely on smell very much, even with people. Okay, let's go on to talk about senses. Okay,
Yeah.
so do you want to tell us what we will do?
Sure. So we're going to read this text about the different senses, and you've got to complete the text with the correct words, okay? We've got the words on the right. Maybe I'll read that first, and then we can alternate reading
Mm,
the sentences. Okay, so we've got touch, tongue, brain, sight, five, smell, hear, skin, taste, transmit, and function.
nice. The only one of these words I think we might need to go over is tongue, which is
Mhm.
this, okay? You have it in your mouth, your tongue. Attention with tongue and language. In Italian, you have one word. In English, we distinguish the two.
Words, yeah.
Let's just check. Roberta says, in my own opinion, I guess that each of these plays an important role in our life. Yeah, definitely. I think each smell kind of has an equilibrium. Each sense, there is an equilibrium.
Mhm.
Sole says,
Even if you walk blind, you walk in a different way. That's true.
yeah, did you know about this? They did an experiment. if you are blindfolded, so if your eyes are
Mm,
covered and you just walk in an empty space,
yeah.
okay, if you try to walk straight, you
Mm-hmm.
walk in a spiral.
Oh, okay.
It's really strange. Like you think you are walking straight, but you will always walk in a
Walking spiral.
spiral if you are
Interesting.
blindfolded. Yeah, it's really strange.
Hmm.
Okay. Some people are already responding to this. So do you want
Shall
to
we?
read through it? Yeah, and we'll fill in the gaps, at least the
Okay.
ones that we have found.
Yeah. So traditionally, there are senses and corresponding sense organs. The
Nice. So we,
eye. Hmm.
yeah, sorry. There we go. Mm-hmm.
The eyes, nose, ears, blank, and the skin.
Yeah, I think some people got this
I
already.
got it.
Yes. Then you got, and Tiziana say tongue.
Mhm. Okay. Right. We've got the
Yeah.
different body parts.
Yeah. And then Roberta, okay, 5 I imagine is for the previous one. For 3,
Mhm.
Tiziana says sight. I don't think it's sight for this one. I think we need to do, we need to look for something else, something more general.
Mm-hmm.
So all it says, I used to do it when I did exercise for the back. It's weird, like walking blindfolded.
That is a bit
Interesting.
unusual. It seems a bit unusual. As a
Nice. So
therapy.
Roberta says function and sight, function. Okay, let's look.
Mm-hmm.
Do you want to read, Jenna?
Yeah, each organ has a different function.
Hmm.
The eyes provide a sense of sight.
Okay, let's stop there and see how we're doing. Okay, nice. So we have 3 function for sight.
Mm-hmm.
We might need to go over some vocabulary here. This word conduit.
Yeah, so I'll just read the sentence. The nose is a conduit for the sense of blank.
Mm.
So it transmits, conducts is the idea.
I'm writing this. Okay. So the conduit is the channel, something that transmits.
Mm-hmm.
So Alessia says for 5, smell. Let's see if she is right. Nice, good.
Good. The ears let us blank, while the tongue allows us to blank.
Federico says for 6 here, and I think he is correct. Yes.
Good. And the tongue. What does the tongue allow us to do? Which of the senses?
Roberta says transmit. I'm not sure which one she is answering, but I think transmit comes later.
Yeah.
Good. Roberta says taste. Very nice. Shall I continue?
Sure. Yeah.
So we have finally the which is the largest organ, exercises the sense of something else.
Okay.
This one is a bit so this good, yeah. The largest organ of the human body. Many people think that the largest organ is the brain, but it's not. The largest organ is actually our skin. And what is the sense connected to the skin? I'll read on as well. So the function of the sense organ is to receive internal or external do you say stimuli or stimuli?
Stimuli.
Stimuli. And them to the nervous system and thus to the. So for 8, we have skin. Yes. What is the sense connected to the skin, guys? For 9, Tiziana says transmit. Brain. There we go. Sole's got it. Touch. Okay, so I think I can finish this. I'll read it again. So the function of this sense organ is to receive internal or external stimuli and transmit them to the nervous system and thus to the brain. The coordinated use of all these senses leads to awareness and balance, equilibrium in the human body. Lovely. Really nice.
Yeah, I like how it ended there, the text.
It ended on a very poetic and positive note, didn't it? It's true. Definitely. So let's talk about metaphors. Sorry, I'm trying to go ahead here.
Yeah.
We'll talk about using our senses. So let's talk about some different metaphors. Oh no,
Okay.
I'm messing this up.
Nose.
Yeah, sorry, I went to the wrong slide. Using your senses. We're going to show you some different things, some different situations, and we would like you to tell us what senses are involved in each of these situations. Okay, so here's the first one.
A breathtaking sunset.
So what senses are involved? Imagine that you are in front of a beautiful, breathtaking sunset. What senses are involved?
Do you like sunsets?
I do. I love sunsets. I realize that I'm messing up the slides here. I'm just trying to make it bigger. Sole suggests, wait, was this for now or for previously? This comment?
Are you saying that touch?
Oh no, that was before. I think this was for the previous exercise, possibly. Yeah, I like sunsets. I don't get to see a lot of them now. But I do like them. Someone says sight, and I think smell too. Yeah, I think so. Fresh air, yeah. Smell. Tiziana says. Roberta suggests sight and hearing. Yeah, interesting. What kinds of sounds do you associate with a sunset? I see a lot of beautiful sunsets in Greece when I'm on my summer holidays. What about you? Where do you where have you seen the most beautiful sunsets?
Honestly, I guess I'm trying to remember. One time, we had a friend come and visit us in the Bahamas on my island, and we stayed up late at night. By my friend has like a community pool where she lives, and we stayed up to watch the sunset, and it was really nice.
Oh, that's nice. What Alicia says sight and hearing because it reminds me of a silent, quiet moment. Okay, nice. So it's like hearing but no sound, hearing the silence. Yeah. Then we have fresh ground coffee. Sola says, I wish to see the African sunset. Nice. Oh, yeah, birds. That's a good one. So hearing the birds as they go to sleep. Let me just explain ground. We have actually a verb here, okay? The verb is grind. The past tense is ground, and the past participle is ground. And this is what we do to coffee when we make it into little pieces so that we can use it in our drinks. Okay, so you grind coffee. You might have a machine that does it, or you might, in the past, they did it by hand with a machine. So it's ground coffee. attention. It is not connected to the ground on the floor. It's not the ground. It's an adjective
Verb.
here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or and an adjective.
Yeah, it's one of those past participles that we use for adjectives. Smell, very nice.
Mm-hmm.
I love
Good.
the smell of fresh ground coffee as well. Even if I actually prefer smelling coffee to drinking
Oh yeah.
coffee.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I can see that.
yeah.
I can imagine that some people prefer the smell to the.
I'm not a big fan of coffee, but I love the smell.
Mm.
The next one is a thunderstorm on a hot day.
Maybe more than one scent.
I agree. I agree. What senses could be involved on when we talk about a thunderstorm?
Hmm. How does it make you feel being caught in the middle of a thunderstorm? I don't necessarily mean if you're like outside caught in a thunderstorm, but
But when you're in a thunderstorm, I feel very excited. I like thunderstorms.
yeah.
Yeah, so I feel very excited, very emotional. Yeah.
Hmm.
And you?
Um, Thunderstorms themselves, not so much. Maybe I like the sound of rain uh,
Hmm.
as I'm going to bed. I find it helps me to relax more.
Yeah. But you don't like thunderstorms.
Thunderstorms, a
Yeah.
lot less.
Um, that is different from cooked coffee. Yeah, ground coffee isn't cooked. It's before we cook it, okay? It's the tiny little pieces from before.
Yeah,
It's ground coffee, Tiziana, is what you put in your mocha in the morning. Okay? That's ground coffee.
yeah.
Sole
Sun,
says,
hearing and smell. I love the smell of rain.
nice, good, wonderful. Let's also smell. Yeah, I hadn't thought of sorry, hearing for the thunderstorm. I
Oh
hadn't
yeah.
thought of that. Yeah. So you the sound of the thunder, the rain, etc. Uh, let's explain this verb here to screech.
Yeah. So when a train comes to when it stops, maybe it stops very suddenly, it
Hmm.
might make this high-pitched, really annoying sound, and we call this a screech.
Yeah. What else screeches?
Any,
Animals screech.
yeah.
Especially birds. Many birds screech. This is one example. Uh,
Mm.
so a train can screech, an animal, a bird. Um,
You can describe a person's voice as screeching.
yeah, maybe a person who has a very irritating, high-pitched voice could be screeching. Alessia, this must be for the thunderstorm.
Hearing, sight, and especially smell, I can't help but thinking about the smell of wet soil after the thunderstorm.
Nice,
Good.
wonderful,
Yeah.
Alessia. Um, no hearing, I imagine, for the screeching train. Yeah. Um, this is something, I mean, this is one of the sounds that I really, really cannot stand. I really hate
Mm,
it.
yeah.
When we are on the train and it screeches, I always have to.
Yeah.
It's strange. Like if a screeching train, I can hear it, but I can also feel
Feel
it.
it? Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know if anybody else, maybe you can tell me in the comments if you have this reaction. But when I hear a very high pitched sound, I can feel it also
Mm.
on my skin.
Oh
Do
no.
do you ever have that?
Maybe not with screeching trains. I feel like I'm probably going to notice it more now that you said it's going to start. But no, it's more the sound or the thought of someone scratching their nails
Oh
on a
no 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 no
board.
no.
That's the worst.
Yeah, like even thinking of it just
Yeah,
makes me.
I can
Or
feel my nails like.
Yeah. A similar one is when you are eating and you accidentally scratch your
That's horrible.
fork on the plate, and then again, I can feel it physically on me.
Yeah, yeah.
Tiziana says also irons smell.
The
Um,
smell of iron.
like of the train, maybe when the train stops, you can smell it. Is that what you mean? Sole agrees with us.
Yeah, it
The
happens to me
street chick.
too. Sound
Yeah.
of fish on the plate. Yeah.
Alessia, oh, this is a good word. She says,
Hmm.
shivers run through my body when I hear it. This is an excellent expression,
Yeah.
Alessia. Very nice. Shivers run through my body. Very good. Let's have a look at some others. Homegrown strawberries.
Yeah.
I haven't had any homegrown strawberries for a long time.
Hmm. When was the last time you had homegrown strawberries?
I honestly don't remember. Yeah, you feel it in your teeth. It's true. I probably ate strawberries last summer, the last time, but homegrown, no. Supermarket grown, yes.
Right. Yeah, the same for me. No, it'd be good to grow some more, like some of my own fruit or vegetables.
Mm,
That'd be nice.
that would be nice, yeah. My grandfather grows a lot of vegetables, not so many fruits, but a lot of vegetables.
Mm.
So with homegrown strawberries, obviously I think of the taste.
Mm.
But also the sense of touch, because strawberries in your mouth have a very particular sensation.
Right. Mm-mm-mm.
Yeah,
Taste,
that
smell,
is
touch. Yeah.
very nice. Um, Maybe we
We've
need
got,
to explain what a pork roast is.
okay. Cooking in the oven. Yeah. So when we put something in the oven to roast, it's very similar to the word bake, but the difference is that you're trying to get a nice brown layer on whatever it is that you're cooking.
I would say that it's for meat as
For me,
well. Yeah, but bake is for bread or cakes.
mm-hmm.
So a pork roast would be a piece of pork, I think, like maybe a leg or a shoulder of pork.
Mm-hmm. So Tiziana says the strawberries taste that is very different from the supermarkets. Okay, the strawberries taste very different from supermarket strawberries. Yes, it's true.
I don't think I have ever eaten homegrown strawberries, so I will never know the difference. I might bring up the last one as well, just so that
Mm-hmm.
we can see it. So we also have a warm embrace.
Mm,
Embrace is a hug.
a hug.
An embrace is a hug. So tell us what senses come to mind. Sala says smell and taste for the pork roast. Yeah,
Mm.
I agree. Oh, and one final one, an ice cream cone. So the cone is the triangle biscuit for the ice
Ice
cream.
cream. Do
Yeah.
you like ice cream cones? When you
I
no,
No, I usually get a cup. I
me
prefer
too.
to get the little cups. Often I don't like ice cream cones.
I feel like it ruins the ice cream a
Yeah,
little.
like I don't want yeah, I usually, if I do get a cone, very often I won't eat it. So like
Mm,
maybe I'll get the cone because I want to have the ice cream with one hand, because with a cup,
mm,
two
yeah,
hands. So sometimes I'll take a cone only for that, but then I throw the cone away. I don't eat
right. Yeah, same thing.
it. Touch and smell for the hug. Yeah, good point. The
Mhm.
smell as well. Absolutely. And Sole that says the same.
Yeah, that's good. I wouldn't have thought of smell, to be honest.
But they're absolutely right. The smell is so important.
Hmm. For the cone, I think smell, taste, And touch, yeah.
Yeah, because an ice cream cone also has a very particular texture.
Mhm.
You know, it's you can touch it. Okay, nice job, guys. Let's go on to figurative language. Okay, so we'll talk about metaphors, similes, and hyperbole. Okay,
Mhm.
do you want to read about metaphors?
Yeah. So a metaphor is a comparison without using like or as. For
Mm,
example, his soft voice was music to his ears. Sorry, her soft voice was music to his ears. You have great taste in fashion.
yeah. Then we have a simile. So a simile is a comparison using like or as. So for example, eating without salt is like eating cardboard. Or he's blind. So blind is when you cannot see. Blind as a bat and deaf as a doorknob. Oh God. Um, let's see. All right. So blind when you cannot see.
Mhm. And deaf when you cannot hear.
Yeah.
Yeah, deaf as a doorknob is a really strange expression.
Yeah, but we use it. Oh wow, I did not write that well.
You don't eat the cone. Soleil's
She's
very shocked
devastated.
to hear that.
Offended.
Yeah, but it's funny because most people must order cones because whenever I say una coppa,
Yeah.
I always get a cone. I still
Oh no. Let's talk about hyperbole as well. So hyperbole is. Do you want to read it?
yeah, hyperbole is an exaggeration. So, for example, I'm so hungry, I could eat a horse, obviously.
Mm,
I wouldn't do
we're
that.
not.
It's not a very
Yeah,
good
we're not going to eat a horse.
idea.
So we're going to see what metaphors or similes you can invent, or maybe you remember from films or books. So for the different senses, try to think of a figurative language phrase to use.
Hmm, yeah,
Smell, taste, touch, sight, and hearing. I'm trying
yeah.
to think of
So
some
I
examples.
know it's not so easy. So think it doesn't matter if it's an expression, it could be an Italian expression that already exists. Uh,
Mm.
yeah, maybe it's very similar in English.
Yeah, absolutely. Um, I was thinking of something like this. We often use the sun and stars as
Hmm.
for metaphors, you know, like you can say that someone is a star, for example,
Mm,
or that someone is as bright as the sun or as beautiful as the
yeah,
sun. So I was thinking of we often use those.
yeah, that's a good
This would,
one.
yeah, this would be connected to sight, I imagine.
Mhm.
Yeah. What else?
Hmm. For
Yeah.
taste, for touch, as soft as silk.
Oh, yeah, that's a very good one actually. Soft as silk we use for touch. Um, hot as fire, cold as ice. Like cold as ice we use a lot. Um,
Hmm.
like in common language as well.
Yeah, that's good.
What else? Taste is
Um,
hard. Taste and
which one?
smell.
Taste.
And
Yeah.
smell. I can't think of any to
Hmm.
use. Oh, no, for taste. You can say, oh my God, Tiziana.
He smells like a wet
This
dog.
is
Yeah, that's quite
this is
bad.
the best insult I have ever seen. This is amazing. From now on, like whenever somebody makes me angry, I'm not going to swear at them or use bad words. I'm just going to say you smell like a wet
A
dog.
wet dog.
That's brilliant. Um, it sounds
Hmm.
like a bad idea. Um, I don't think this would count as a metaphor. No, you're saying that it sounds like, so it sounds similar to, but I think
Hmm.
for a simile, attention, a simile with like is you're comparing one thing to another, but you're
Yeah.
using more artistic language.
Mm.
So if I say that her voice sounds like nails on a blackboard, that's a simile. But sounds like a bad idea, I wouldn't say it's a simile. Do you agree, Jenna?
Yeah, definitely. So you're comparing one thing to something that
Isn't
is
connected.
not the same. Is clearly not the same.
Good, Alessia. Something might be hard as stone for touch. Absolutely.
Mm-hmm.
For touch, yeah, hot as fire, cold as ice. I was saying for taste, you could say as sweet as sugar or as sweet as honey. We say this
Mm.
as well. All right, shall we go on?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Soft as a baby's bottom was
Oh
another
no,
one.
that's fantastic. Yeah, that's a really good one. And her skin is silk. That's a very nice one, Tiziana. Her skin is silk.
Spoke to him. Hmm. Good.
So,
Okay. Metaphors. What
hmm,
do you think each of these sense metaphors mean? I'll read the words on the left and you can read
absolutely.
the words on the right. So the first one, to chill out. Second, feeling blue. Third, a cloudy memory. Fourth, a shady character. Fifth, feeling rough. And sixth, a bright idea.
Excellent. And on the right, we have the definition. So can't remember, relax, a good plan, in poor health, sad, and an untrustworthy. Well, I forgot how to say that word for a moment. An untrustworthy person.
Hmm.
Tiziana says, I'm so angry I could kill somebody. This is a fantastic example of hyperbole. Like
Yeah.
a really good example of hyperbole. Very nice, Tiziana. Very impressive. Sole is already on it. She says, chill out, relax.
Good. Mm-hmm.
Absolutely. Um, I don't know if this was when you were at school, Jenna.
Mm.
Did you say take a chill pill?
Yeah, sometimes.
I loved this expression. Take a chill pill was an expression that meant chill out, essentially, and we
Yeah,
said it very often in school. I had a T-shirt. Um,
that
I
said
had,
that. That
yeah,
says
I
that.
had a T-shirt, and it was two pills, like actual
Mhm.
medicine pills, and it said "Take a chill pill." It was my favorite T-shirt. I don't know what happened to it.
Uh,
Um,
we've got
let's look
another one.
at others. Nice,
Feeling
Celeste.
blue.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
feeling sad.
Good.
I don't know why they decided to connect blue with sadness.
Hmm.
Do you think it's connected to blues music?
Well, maybe that would make sense.
Yeah, but then what if they
Maybe they
called
call blues music. I don't know. They
because
called
it's
it
sad?
blue because.
Yeah, what came first? Tiziana says a cloudy memory, can't remember. Yeah.
Mhm. Good. So three is A. A shady character. You probably don't want to get too close to a shady character.
Yeah. A shade, let's talk about shade.
Mm.
Shade as a noun is a shadow, but made by a building or more often a tree.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe only a tree, actually. I'll put building as well.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, so
Any
it's
sort of.
usually big enough to stand in.
Mhm. Good.
Oh,
Oh,
great.
careful.
Everyone.
Made by a
Oh,
building or.
yeah, sorry, made by. People have started writing letters and numbers, which makes
Okay,
it
good.
okay.
So number 4F, an untrustworthy person. Good.
Nice.
Alexia. Number 5D, in poor health. Good is to feel rough.
Though I have to admit, I have only, whenever I've said I'm feeling rough, I never
Mm.
mean that I'm ill.
Mm.
Feeling rough for me is when I have a hangover. I say
Oh,
I'm
yeah,
feeling
that's true.
rough.
Yes.
Yeah, it's very specific kind of
Mm.
in poor health. It's not like I have a
Mm.
flu. I have a hangover.
Right.
But I think this just might be my way of saying it. All right, nice job, guys. Okay, shall we continue?
Yeah.
Yeah, so we said green graph. Sorry?
Oh, I was just going to say, if you've got any questions, feel free to ask. We've got another 5 minutes.
Yeah, so tell us in the comments if you have any questions. Let's go and do some. Should we do the sight one?
Yeah.
Okay, so here we have what are called in English optical illusions. So we'd like you to just explore, take some time and explore these optical illusions and just let us know in the comments, what can you see?
Yeah, so the first time you look at each of these images, you might see one thing, but if you look a bit closer for much longer time, you may start to see something else. So
yeah,
figure out everything you can see.
Tell us what you can see in these. So in A, I don't know if you can see it, but I can see the circles are moving.
Yeah.
Can you see it?
Yeah, in fact, I don't want to look at it for too long
because you're going to get dizzy. Oh no. But for me, they're not. Are they going like this for you?
Oh, hold on.
Because for me, they just kind of
Yeah,
do this, right?
the same. Yeah, they're not rotating clockwise or anti-clockwise. They're just moving
Yeah.
back and forth.
Yeah, exactly. Honestly, for B, Tiziana, let's see. She says 2 profiles or a cup. Exactly. I personally see the cup. What did you see, Jenna?
I see both, but I've seen this optical illusion before, and I remember being told about both things. So
Yeah. Sola says A and B, nothing. You can't see the circles going around, Sola? You can't see them moving? E74, nice. I must be slightly colorblind.
for which one? For E.
I think I must be slightly colorblind because for me it's not 74, it's 71.
I think,
I
yeah,
can't
that's what I
see.
see as well, 71. Oh,
I
wait,
can't
no,
see.
now I see 74.
I can't see 74. I can see 71. I must be slightly colorblind. I'm curious to see what people can see in F. What do you see in F? Let us know.
Yeah. So can you see the profiles now in picture C, Sophia?
Oh yeah, I can see them, but my instinct is to see the
The
cup.
cup.
Yeah. But for F, I'm curious to see what everyone else can see. I want to know if they can see the same as me. Because you saw the people first.
Yeah, but when it was when I had a much bigger view of it, now looking at it from here,
You see the profile.
see.
For B, the red lines seem a bit curved. Yes, that is exactly it. The red lines, in reality, they are straight, but they appear curved. A profile, yeah. For F, some people see the profile of an old man, so like a military style man. But other people can see a man and a woman and a dog. So tell us if you can see it, the man, the woman, and the dog.
Which one it is that you can see.
So we've got 1 minute left. So if you have any last questions, please let us know now in the comments. And let's go over some vocabulary that we had in this webinar.
Lesson. Yeah, webinar.
Yeah, lesson, webinar, stream, video.
So, yeah. Our nose is used for our sense of smell. Our eyes for a sense of sight. Tongue, sense of taste. Ears, sense of hearing. Did I leave anything out?
I think maybe skin for touch.
Skin for touch.
Exactly, Solo. The hand is the dog is the hand. We talked about a word. We talked about some different verbs. We had shade, so the shadow made by a building or a tree. Remember, a shady person, somebody who's a bit obscure, a bit
Mm.
suspicious. And we also said screech, if I can find it again.
Yeah, very high pitched sound.
Mm,
You would
I don't
probably
think I
find it
can
quite
find
annoying or
exactly.
irritating.
I don't. Here it is. Okay. All right, guys. So that's the end of our webinar. Thank you very much for coming, and we'll see you again soon.